Promotional consideration for hometown living provided by...
You're watching Hometown Living with Jackie Sharpley and Craig Gibson. Live from WSBT 22 Studios, this is Hometown Living.
Good morning and welcome to Hometown Living. I'm Jackie Sharpley.
And I'm Craig Gibson. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I know people are celebrating in different ways, mostly from home, but it's still great to throw on your green. Look at that. Oh, look at us.
Oh my gosh, aren't we so cute? Jackie's so lucky she wore green because I was going to straight up break the 6-foot rule and pinch her.
I wore my green because no one is coming in my little 6-foot bubble. But look at that. Craig, we were the pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow.
Well, I've known that. I don't need St. Patrick's Day to tell me that.
Oh, of course not. But I think it's fun. I've always dressed in green growing up, you know, St. Patrick's Day.
Sure.
And obviously, we're in Notre Dame country, so the luck of the Irish is strong here, right? So.
But green was not easy to find.
To wear?
Luckily, I had these green tennis shoes.
Oh, I was gonna say, you.
I'm green.
You made it work. You got the shoes, the shirt,
Do you like how I pointed my toe there?
You did.
That was like very dancer-like of me.
That was very dancer-like. But you know who else is kind of getting in the spirit? Always Notre Dame, and their mascot is a leprechaun.
Oh.
I know, of course, right? News that's not new, you know, breaking news. But this year they had the first, you know, girl power.
Right.
This year, a woman has served as the Notre Dame mascot. They have not had a female serve as the Notre Dame mascot since the school became or had their official mascot in 1965. That changed this year with the Notre Dame's cheerleading program. There she is. That's Lynette Wookie, and she is a junior this fall, and she's serving as one of 3 of the school's mascots. So I love that. She's a theater and film major. I know, naturally. And she was involved in cheerleading in high school. But I think it's fantastic that they're breaking those gender barriers and saying, of course we can have a female leprechaun and represent our school. She said, because, you know, it's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, she said, why can't the leprechaun fight like a girl? I'm about that.
Well, I mean, you're stronger than I am, so.
I'm all about that. Fight like a girl. Yeah. What else about St. Patty's Day do you know? Or do you celebrate?
You know, I'm not a drinker, much of a drinker.
No,
so,
we aren't.
So St. Patrick's Day's never been
a party holiday.
For me, personally. We always, growing up, there was always a St. Patrick's Day parade, and so that was kind of fun, and, you know, kind of the beginning of spring, right? Yep. You know, one of the things that I know a lot of people do, so many people claim to be Irish or to have Irish heritage, right? Do you?
I do.
Oh, you should dye your hair red.
Dye my hair red? No, I'll stick to the blonde, I think.
But one of the things that, you know, the food is always something, right? We obviously had the Fiddler's Hearth on here the other day talking about some traditional Irish food. But, you know, I always think of, like, corned beef and cabbage. Right.
You think of that,
Which
too.
is not really Irish. It's more Americanized Irish, and I like the origin of things. Like, I want to know why. I got to know the why.
Yep.
And the why on that was because corned beef was, back in the day,
in
corned
America.
beef was, in America, it was cheaper. And cabbage was, of course, a spring vegetable and super cheap. And so it was really more necessity. For the
Irish Americans
to kind of have that, that concoction of available and reasonable items.
For them. Do you know who is St. Patrick?
Well, I do know this.
We do. You do?
I do because I read the script.
We do. I know, but I want to tell you, so brace yourself. He was not actually Irish. Patrick is born a nobleman born in about 400 AD in Britain and kidnapped by Irish pirates at the age of 16. I thought that was such an interesting story. Kidnapped by pirates? I mean, it sounds like a Disney movie.
Sounds like a musical.
Oh, right.
He was born into a religious family, but was an atheist early in his life, which is interesting.
Yeah.
However, he rediscovered his faith while enslaved in Ireland. USA Today reported this. After 17 years as a slave, St. Patrick escaped Ireland and found his way home. He returned to Ireland as a missionary. He said he was ready to die in Ireland in order to make his mission successful. It's unclear if when St. Patrick's died, but they speculate that it was on March 17th, and that's why we celebrate today. Do you know what the shamrocks was? Why it was significant?
So it comes from kind of that religious background. So it's a symbol of the Trinity. You know, there's those 3 leaves, but there's some different ways. They say it's the drowning of the shamrock.
Yeah, like they would wear it all day, and then they would put it in their whiskey.
I know.
At the end of the, I mean, you would never wear something all day and then put it in a drink.
And then drink it?
Yeah, you wouldn't. No way.
No, unless I fully believed in the luck part of the Irish. I mean, I would have to be a big believer.
Yeah,
to drink
germs over luck.
grass.
I don't know. I don't know if you could do it or not.
I don't know if I don't know if I could do it. But do you know where we wear the green? Why we wear the green?
Oh, why?
Because we're invisible to leprechauns.
Is
so
that
they can't
right?
pitch us.
Oh, they
yes.
can't. Oh.
So they can't pitch us. But we don't want you to be invisible. We want you to give us lots of love and shout outs, especially on our social media. So you can keep up with us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow us at Hometown Living, WSBT.
And when you like us on Facebook, we'll have a chance to make you our fan of the day. And today's fan is, oh my goodness, it's Michelle Frank from the Lerner Theater.
And her puppy, it looks like.
Oh my gosh, that's Finley. Her
Happy
puppy, yeah.
It's Finley?
Yeah, that's his name.
Oh, that's kind of like an Irish name.
Well, it kind of is. We should dye his hair red too.
We should. Well, coming up, we can't have a St. Patrick's Day celebration without a little whiskey, right? We're doing a little taste test next.